In this video, I'll be working out some of the homework problems from the Chapter 7, Day 6 worksheet. We're using properties of logarithms to either expand or condense logarithmic expressions on the front side here. Number 3, I'm going to expand it. So you have to have these properties in front of you. So if you didn't watch the video notes, these are going to be harder to understand. But division can be split up using subtraction. But then you'll notice there are two different things in the denominator. So you're going to want parentheses around the log base 7 of a plus 2 times log base 7 of c. So in essence, I just did that all in one step. But the things to watch out for here is this minus sign comes from the fact that there is a division. The plus sign came from the fact that a and c are being multiplied together. And if you look at c specifically, it's c squared. So instead of writing a 2 right here, I used the power property to write that 2 out front of the log. So I literally used all three properties of logarithms here. If you don't have the parentheses, then this plus sign also needs to be minus because of distribution. That's the biggest mistake that people make, and that's why I picked this one to start. You can put things back together as well. So like in problem number 7, this would be log base 4 of x to the third minus log base 4 of y squared. Division means it would be log base 4 of x to the third over y squared. So sometimes putting it back together is a lot less work. For number 8, you'll notice that I have two minus signs here. So there's going to be a fraction, and in the top it would be an x and an a, and in the denominator it's a b and a c. And the reason why the c is in the denominator is because of the fact that there's two negative signs. So if it ever has a negative sign, basically the other way that you could write that is with a negative exponent. Okay, so that's a negative 1 out front, and if I put that back on, that's implying that a negative exponent is there, which is in the denominator of a fraction. Another way to think about it is this example up here. If I distribute the negative sign through, that becomes negative, and that was in the bottom. So in essence, when there's a minus sign, it automatically kicks it to the bottom. All right, and then on the back, you can use these properties to help you answer logs that your calculator can't do and that you can't really do by hand. So for example, if I wanted to figure out what power in 5 gives me 36, I can't really change 36 to be base 5, so I can't answer this question without some starting values. So up top, they give you some starting values. So you're going to rewrite 36. In my mind, 36 is 6 times 6. Now 6 is not one of my numbers. I need to use 2, 3, or 7. So then I'm going to change 6 to 2 times 3. And then according to the product property, I can split all of those up. So log base 5 of 2 plus log base 5 of 2 plus log base 5 of 3 plus log base 5 of 3. And then I just substitute in all of the decimals. And there's another way that you can use this problem with powers, but in essence, this will get you to the correct answer as well. If you add all of those together, that would be 2.228. What if I go down to number 13 though? So number 13 has a power. I need to move that power first. And then it's log base 5 of 2 minus log base 5 of 3. This one's actually less work than the one we just did. Notice I have a 2 and a 3. So then what I'll do, and I need parentheses here, plug in the decimal for both of those. And then subtract those, and then just multiply it by 4. The answer is negative 1.008. So I'm going to end here with number 14. Number 14 is a half power because it's square root. So very similar to number 13, I'm going to move the power out front. And then I've got log base 5 of 3 minus log base 5 of 7. So then I just substitute in those values, subtract them, multiply them by a half My answer is negative 0.263. So it's all about rewriting, and these last few I didn't really have to rewrite because I just had to move the powers out front. But you'll notice like in number 11, I had to rewrite 36, and number 12 and in number 12, both the 4 and the 21, you might use 2 times 2 and 3 times 7 for those. So it's all about using 2, 3, and 7 to rewrite these problems to make them able to use the values at the top. There's your video.